No,
Is
who
that
do
the
you mean?
house?
What's this?
Was that White House on the north? Did it belong to the Smiths
I don't know.
when you went there?
No, Anna, Dell and Childress lived there when I was there. They came there, maybe they were about 3 years, I guess. I've forgotten who was there to begin with. And I don't know.
Who still lives there now?
But you know that orchard, they took a part of that orchard to that house
It's where the
there.
school is.
And whoever it was, and I read that over and over, and I didn't remember it, and now I don't, of course, don't remember it. And I don't know of anybody that does.
Now tell me about your graduation ceremony. What all was involved in your graduation?
Well, I think I got a program in the house.
D.
No, we didn't wear gowns and caps or anything, and we had always in the long about oh the end of January or in February, they brought in our portable stage in there, and of course that meant we all had to move over a little bit, and they'd have their class plays, and the boys orator their speaking thing, and the girls have it. Everything was the entertainment was all there. So that is where our graduation was, on that stage, and the juniors are supposed to decorate it for the seniors, and they did, and we just wore our, well, most of it all we had new dresses and everything, and we just had a program, and I don't know if I got that program yet or not. Milton Anderson made the address though that night, and it came an awful storm, from a big storm, and people began to leave. He didn't get to finish his address.
Well, did you graduate in June or
No, the
May
19th of April.
19th of April?
Yeah, yeah.
And started about the 19th of September. Is that what you said earlier?
What day? I started on just about. I think we went the day after Labor Day. I think it was about somewhere like in that time. One of my books has got the 9th of September in it. I think that's some book I had, and that. And I remember it wasn't right at the first day of September.
But shortly.
No, for my birthday is the 30th of August, and the next Sunday they took me up to Heath, and let's see, the 31st had been Monday. Let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was about 7th of September. And we didn't, and the next day was Labor Day. And of course, we didn't have any school that day. And then the 9th of September was when we went. And then that year we was out later, I've forgotten. But Mr. Raswell, most of those boys were farm boys, that went. And they didn't go, they wouldn't, they tried to get them out so they could
Put out
farm.
crops.
And they're wild. We had their commencements, used to have them early because of the farm boys. The Burkharts, I remember Bloom was in my class. I went home with the Burkharts one time, and the next morning, my goodness, at 4 o'clock, there was two girls, big girls, and then Bloom, and then an older brother. My goodness, I woke up and everybody had gone to, the girls had gone to help to milk, and the boys had go to feed the stock. So it was a different world to what it is now. But anyhow, whatever. But think about that now, how the kids even complain if they have to walk to the bus.
That's right. That's right.
I used to I'd get up and get dressed. I very seldom ever wanted any breakfast. We kids never drank coffee. And I never did want any breakfast. They was always eating breakfast when I left home. And then wintertime it was dark. And I'd leave home at 6:30. And but I left home at 6 when I went with Viola. But when I went from home, I could go at 6:30. But it wouldn't be daylight when I started out in the mornings a lot of times. But of course that only lasted about 7 months because when Viola moved, then I didn't have to leave home until a little bit later, half hour later maybe. But I hadn't, that is to walk any place.
Well, your mother must have had a strong feeling about your having an education if she insisted that you get to go that distance by yourself, didn't she?
Do I?
Your mother had a strong commitment to your having an education, didn't
Well,
she?
she had a strong commitment, all right. Once I got started, she didn't have any trouble getting me to go, because I was just like anything else. I guess I got tired of it sometimes, but I wanted to, after I got into it, there's no way I would have wanted to ever stop it.
Was she an educated woman?
No, she and my dad, either one. Both their mothers died when they were little. Mother was 9 years old when her mother died.
I believe so.
That's wonderful, though, that she wanted you all to have
Well,
that.
Dad was just as
Just
committed
as strong.
mother.
That's wonderful.
And my dad's mother died, and he just lived around from one place to the other, and he just admired educated people.
And he wanted you all to have that
And
opportunity.
they just determined we'd get an education. And anyway.
Now, are the brothers younger than you are? Are the
Lyle is 94 and she's 95. I'm the baby.
Yes, I knew you were the baby. Yes.
You're the baby that's living.
Yes.
There were 2 between me and Lyle.
Yeah, there was.
Well, now, how about James? Where does he
He's younger than I.
He's younger than
3
you.
years
Yeah.
younger than I.
I see.
Yeah.
There were actually 6 of us. 2, and 2. See, 2 died. 2 little boys died.
Well, see, mother had 4, and when the fourth one was about 2 months old, the one next older died.
Oh.
And 2 years then that other one died. And mother said, well, I'm down to 2 again. Just had a lot. But Nell was born within the year, so.
Well, now, how did you go to school? Did you ride a bus, or did
I
you?
rode with Jewel Helm. I walked to New Liberty Church, caught Jewel, who was driving, and he graduated before I did, and I drove.
You drove then. That's good.
Well, they had cars by that time.
Wasn't that a Pearl drive to school?
Pearl 1 year before I did.
I knew
She was a sophomore when and that's when we really got acquainted. We had gone to church together all our lives, but didn't really know each other until we started to high school. Roberta, tell about the Ragsdale's kids.
Well, there was 3 of them, 2 girls and a boy, and Martha was little. She went to the grade school. Well, I guess they just, I don't think she was hardly old enough to go when we started, and I guess maybe they allowed her, maybe she's 5 years old, maybe they allowed her, I don't know, I've forgotten. And then there was Morris. He took the examination the same time I did and passed. But of course, he was right there. He went to start. He didn't. I should have been in that class of 1917 in place of 18, but I didn't get to go for a year.